Hello, YouTube. My name is John Jenkins, and I wanted to bring you a video. So I'm thinking about movie ideas, and I just wrote a summary of a movie that I want to write, that I want to make actually, and basically it's sort of a comedy, sort of a dystopian future fiction, near future fiction, dystopian story. And basically, the idea is that you have this guy who's a jailbird. He's been in and out of prison basically his whole life. And he's in his 30s, right? He just gets out of prison. And he says, I'm tired of this. America's always trying to lock me up in prison. So he says, okay, what's the country with the fewest prison inmates? And for those of you who don't know, the country with the fewest prison inmates is called the Faroe Islands. It's an island, I believe, between uh, it's an island between the UK and Africa, I believe. I believe it's off the coast of northern Africa, between the UK and Africa. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I know it's near Europe and it's near Africa. So anyway, so the guy says, okay, I know how to stay out of prison. I'm gonna go to the country with the fewest prison inmates on the planet. So he hops on a plane. He flies to the Faroe Islands, and lo and behold, the first thing that happens when he gets off the plane is that he ends up in prison. And this is basically a story about, really about personal responsibility and the different things that you need to do to be successful. And I had the idea because I was thinking I was thinking, well, United States has both the largest overall prison population, and it also has the highest rate of incarceration for its citizens. One third of one third of one third of Americans have a criminal conviction, and 11. I'm sorry, 1 out of 11 Americans have a felony conviction. So, so I was thinking, what would be the country with the lowest incarceration rate? So what I found was uh, the continent with the lowest average incarceration rate was actually Africa. So that flies in the face of conventional wisdom, which says that any country that has a lot of black people is going to have a high incarceration rate. So so the continent with the lowest average incarceration rate is Africa, and the country with the lowest overall incarceration rate is the Faroe Islands. Of course, this might be different. I believe. I didn't check because the Faroe Islands is a really small island, and basically the Faroe Islands had one incarcerated person on the entire island. The last time I checked, they had one person who was incarcerated on the entire island. And so I checked the overall lowest incarceration rate, but I didn't check per capita. If I were to check per capita, that would probably be someplace like Nigeria. Uh, so I didn't check per capita because a country with a really low population, of course, they're not going to have as many incarcerated people as the United States or China, because they don't have that many people to begin with. So I checked the overall lowest incarceration rate, but I didn't check per capita. Uh, so it could be a different country that's lower per capita. Uh, so that's how the idea came about. I was looking for the country with the lowest incarceration rate in the world, and lowest incarcerated population in the world. And I found it in the Faroe Islands. Uh, and that was how I got the idea for the story. So the guy assumes that that the United States is just trying to incarcerate him, or the United States just wants everyone in prison. And then he goes out to the Faroe Islands and he finds out, no, this is not the United States has a problem. It's wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. And if the if it keeps happening to you, no matter where you go, uh, then the common denominator is you. So it's that's the main thrust of the story. Um, but so that's a story the story idea that I had, and I was thinking of making a Kickstarter after I write the screenplay. I'm thinking that I should write a screenplay and then make a Kickstarter about it, and then I submit it to the Nichols Fellowship. Because with the Nichols Fellowship you can only submit unpublished screenplays. You cannot submit a published screenplay to the Nichols Fellowship. So, but I'm wondering. My question is, will I be able to make a Kickstarter about it if I don't publish a screenplay? Will I be able to make a Kickstarter out of it and then just give a slight overview of the story and then tell them, okay, I want to raise $1 million, $2 million for this movie, and then after that uh, uh, I don't publish the screenplay unless the Kickstarter is successful. If I get the money, then I publish the screenplay. I give everyone a copy of the screenplay along with the other rewards for the tiers, and then I um, and then I uh, do not send it to the Nichols Fellowship, because at that point I would already be making the movie and I wouldn't need to send it to the Nichols Fellowship. So that's a good option right there. Um, so uh, yeah, so that's my idea for a screenplay. Uh, yeah, so that's my idea for a screenplay. So I would like to see your thoughts. If you like the video, please like the video. If you feel the need to subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe at your leisure. Uh, uh, yeah, that's all I have to say. So thank you very much and goodbye.